it do, man? It's your boy P Way here with Proven Grounds podcast for the truth tellers and never failures. Listen, I am so glad to be back. Listen, guys, for those that don't know, I have a 2-month-old baby. And man, all I want to do is sleep, sleep, and sleep some more.
What you say?
More for time.
What?
More for time.
You what?
More for time.
But anyways, I'm thugging through it. This past week, I've been MIA. I took the wifey out to Chi-Town, part of the postpartum stuff, me, doing my husband duties. Took her out to Chi-Town just to get her out the house, her and the baby. And we had a good time out there, ate some good food, did some sightseeing and stuff like that. But now I'm back at the crib, and man, I am ready for this conversation today. In this video, I'm going to run through the Big 12 and really just go through and show you guys the different paths for Colorado to win the Big 12 championship.
If you lose it, you never win. Oh, boy! That stuff is... Yes!
People have been saying that Colorado's future is basically in their hands. All they have to do is win out. That is true. That will be difficult, and I'll explain why. But there's also some other paths for them to get there as well. So I'm going to go through, explain that in this video. So let's go ahead and get right to it. All right, first and foremost, let's look at the Big 12 conference. In the Big 12, atop of the Big 12, we have BYU, followed by Colorado, and then Arizona State, Iowa State, Kansas State, and lastly, West Virginia. Now, these are the only teams we are worried about, the teams with 2 losses and under. The reason being is that the teams with 3 losses and higher in the conference, they're pretty much done. They're going to end up losing another game here and there anyways, so they're pretty much out of the championship contentions for the Big 12. What we need to focus on is the teams with 2 losses and under, and that starts with West Virginia. So for West Virginia, in their remaining schedule, Virginia plays Baylor, UCF, and then lastly, they end the season versus Texas Tech. I have West Virginia losing either to Baylor or Texas Tech. I think they're going to run through UCF. Now, personally, I think they're going to lose this next game versus Baylor. So one of these losses is pretty much going to knock them out of contention. And that's simply how I see it going for them. All right, now with Kansas State. The thing about Kansas State is they own the tiebreaker by defeating Colorado earlier this year. So for their last 3 games, they are going up against Arizona State, Cincinnati, and Iowa State. This is actually great for Colorado. The reason being is 2 of those last teams are in that Big 12 championship contention, in Arizona State and Iowa State. So this is great that they're playing each other because someone is going to knock off the other. And like I said, Kansas State owns the tiebreaker. So if Colorado does happen to lose another game, it's very vital that Kansas State as well loses another. And I personally have them losing this week to Arizona State. I think they're going to win their last 2 games, but I think they might fall short this week to Arizona State. Now, moving along to Iowa State. Their next 3 games is Cincinnati, Utah, and then ending the season versus Kansas State. And I think they're another big threat to Colorado as well because I have them beating Cincinnati and Utah. And like I said, that last game versus Kansas State is just very, very important. It's really a toss-up to how it goes. I think Kansas State is going to end up winning that game. But like I said, this is vital in a scenario where Colorado does not win out. Now moving along to the Sun Devils. Arizona State plays Kansas State, then BYU, and then they end the season with Arizona. And like I told you guys before, I can see Arizona State defeating Kansas State this Saturday. Then I have them losing to BYU and then winning their last game versus Arizona. So right there, that will make them lose just another game and knock them out of contention by losing to BYU. Now moving along to the Buffs. Colorado has Utah, Kansas, and then they end the season against Oklahoma State. In this 3-game sketch, listen, the toughest game by Colorado by far is going to be the game versus Kansas. Yes, their record is not great, but I'm telling you, they have played some tough games if you guys haven't seen them. When they played West Virginia, they only lost by 4. When they played Arizona State, they only lost by 4. When they played Kansas State, they lost by 2. And then again, when they played Iowa State, they actually won that game 45-36. This is not one of those poor teams that you're just going to walk over. They're just a poor team who's finding a way not to win at the end of games. But they have been playing everybody tough. So this is going to be Colorado's, I think, most challenging game going forward is this game versus Kansas. And if they happen to lose this game, they're going to need help out of Iowa State, Kansas State, and Arizona State, really just beating each other so that Colorado can still make it to the Conference 12 championship. And lastly, that leaves BYU. I have BYU possibly losing one game. That can be this week versus Kansas or versus Arizona State the following week. But even with that, they are going to the Big 12 championship. We're just waiting to see who was their opponent, which I'm calling it now, is going to be Coach Prime and the Buffs.
That we're coming, don't you? You got to feel it that we're going to be there. You got to feel it when you get in that stadium. You better get in there early because time to kickoff consumes. Baby, we're coming. Do you understand it?
Let's be honest, y'all. What we've seen this year out of the Buffs, I mean, guys, they are a completely different team. Jordan Seaton is looking fabulous at left tackle for the Buffs. We have, Will Shepherd there on the outside. Wester has been just a diamond of a pickup. He's catching everything and getting open. It just became a very, very great security blanket for Shador, and he has the knack for the end zone. You got Travis being Travis. I mean, this team is clicking at the right time. They still can improve more in the running game, but as we've seen with the elite offense like that with so many playmakers, they just find a way to score points every single game. Defensively, this team is much better defensively at stopping the run. I love what McKinney and Travis are doing on the outside. Preston Hodge has came to play these following weeks, and he has really been dominating in that nickel position. I love the D-line. They have, I think they're ranked 6 in sacks nationally and first in the Big 12. I mean, they just much improved. Warren Sapp needs to come back. He needs to come back next year. He has definitely done a great job with his team. You can just tell the hand moves and the feistiness. I mean, that's just Warren Sapp's MO right there. Hill, Green, Bentley. The linebackers play has been much improved. So, man, Silman Craig, we got to, announce the Silman Craig. He's been showing up every week, the Shark. So I really love the defense. Really, honestly, the weak point is, sad to say, is Shiloh. But I think Shiloh's getting his feet back under him. He's made some big hits this last game, and he seems to have done a better job at wrapping up and tackling. So we're glad that he's back. So to end, that has been my breakdown of how I see Colorado making their way to the Big 12 championship going against BYU. And I have some news that I want to add. I am going live. Ladies and gentlemen, my PGs, I am going live for this next game for Colorado versus Utah. I will be live right here on YouTube. Just come to the channel so we can talk, chop it up, straight barbershop style, talk trash, laugh, joke, and all that stuff while we watching the game. I'm doing a play-by-play reaction so we can talk in real time what we're seeing. I'm responding to everyone. I want to see all my PGs pull up so we can just talk and chat about the game as we're watching it. Go ahead, pour you a little something and come check it out, man, because we're going to be talking trash, laughing and just breaking down everything that we're seeing. So I will see you guys Saturday. probably about 5 minutes right before kickoff, so we can go ahead and watch this game and do a play-by-play analysis on the Buffs versus Utah. So this has been another video brought to you by Proving Grounds. I am your boy P Way, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.